Welcome to the Frugal Fit Mom podcast. Today we are tackling another family's personal budget. They are, of course, anonymous. This one was submitted via my website.
Okay.
frugalfitmom.com. So if you're interested in submitting your budget for us to review and give some tips,
we would love to get it.
We would love to get it. So Dave and I have been married for 20 years. We've done our own debt-free journey. We have lived very, very tight on a very low income and have some, I'd say, real life experiences that we can share with people who are looking to make financial advances in their personal budget.
Absolutely.
Before we kick it off, I do want to say that everyone's finances are personal. Everybody has different goals.
You know what I love about what we do? Is we take the personal out of it.
Oh, okay.
By submitting it here, you kind of remove yourself from the equation, and let's just look at numbers and situations that we're being like really high level.
Oh, you're saying take the emotion out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not the person, because people's goals are different, but the emotion.
Yeah.
Out. Okay.
That's how we make it less personal.
Okay, I get it.
You see what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. I am smelling what you're cooking.
Do you?
It took me a minute, but we got there. Let's lay out this family, because I think this is a unique situation. This is a family of 8. It is a married couple with 5 children, ages 11 and higher. We've got a lot of teenagers here. The mother-in-law lives with them as well. Let me also add that they had 15 years of struggle, which you will not see on this board today.
To get to this point.
To get to this point.
Sure.
A lot of work, a lot of years of paying off debt, pushing the career to make the income higher, pushing retirement savings, many, many years of struggle to arrive at this moment.
Okay.
So I think that's really important to say, because it's easy to look at someone where they are now and miss all the work that went into getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't really want to know how the sausage was made.
Now, this budget was submitted specifically to me because 3 of these 5 children are special needs.
Okay.
The mom has worked part-time off and on. She wants to give that up and come home full-time to take care of the family.
Is her income part of this?
No.
Okay. Gotcha. That's helpful.
Okay. I just took it out completely.
Okay.
I did not put her income in here at all because I think that is a worthy goal. And they have worked very, very hard. And so now she really has the freedom to take care of her family without worrying about money quite so much.
Sure.
Okay. And I really love that.
Yeah,
so,
love it.
For them specifically, their goals are college for the children because they have several older teenagers now. It is very, very close. And retirement. They also have a few follow-up questions that I would love to talk about because these aren't things that we tackle a lot of the time.
Okay.
So before we kick it off, before we go there, let's just go over their budget really quick and see if we see any red flags.
I got an idea. Let's start high level first.
High level first.
So the bottom lines are $8,000 in income.
Take home.
That's take home.
That's take home. This is after heavy retirement savings. This is after health insurance. This is after funding an HSA. They're killing it.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, they're doing really well. They worked really hard to get here, so they deserve it.
Yeah. Okay. So $8,000 a month in take home.
Yes.
Their expenses are 58, almost 59.
Yes, $5,900 a month.
$5,900 a month.
Yes.
So we really only have just over $2,000 of wiggle.
Not even. I have $1,700 as a buffer.
Right. And we haven't even looked at the loans yet. So other high level is they've got a $26,000 loan, and I put the mortgage up here, although it's already calculated into their monthly expenses.
Yes.
But I just wanted to know what the absolute debts are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the bottom lines. $8,000 of income, $5,900 a month in spending.
Yep.
That leaves them $1,700 to do other stuff with.
Yeah, so something that they did mention is with 5 children, some special needs, maybe some medical bills, they just had to replace a dishwasher. This $1,700 goes away very quickly.
Did you get that $1,700 after taking out the $400? Gotcha, okay. Because in their monthly expenses, we didn't actually put in
I didn't put the loan over there, it's over here.
But the loan is another part of the monthly expenses, so it actually brings that up a little higher.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Correct. Are you good?
I'm on the same page.
Okay.
It took me a while to get there.
Okay, just going over the income real quick. Because their goals are college and retirement and possibly this HELOC, which is what this loan is.
What is a HELOC?
That's a home equity loan.
Oh.
to do home improvements. So they bought a smaller house and added a room.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it's $26,000 at 7% interest, which I don't love. Husband and wife are disagreeing on when to pay that off. So we'll address that in a second. But right now, their mortgage is $1,700 a month, but they pay $1,900 a month for an extra $200. I say we stop that today. You don't pay extra on your mortgage when you have other debt.
Yes.
We're a little out of order here.
Yes,
So,
especially because the debt's
yeah.
higher percentage.
Exactly. The debt is higher in a percentage, and the top 3 goals is not mortgage. Top 3 goals are college, retirement, HELOC,
Yes.
right? So we need to stop the 200.
So you put your money where your priorities are.
Correct. So we're stopping on the mortgage and we're bringing it back down to 17.
And in today's interest market, you don't need to pay off the mortgage right away at 3%.
No, you do not.
The 7% is costing you over double in interest.
Exactly. Okay, I want to talk about their 2 main goals, college and retirement. First of all, these are out of order.
Really?
Retirement comes first.
Why? Say more.
Because there are a vast list of creative ways to pay for college. There's way less of those to pay for retirement.
Oh.
Okay? You have an 18-year-old go to college. I don't even love student loans as a concept, but if they do student loans and they're conservative in that, the kid graduates at 22 and starts paying them off, and they've got time. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You retire at 65 and you didn't prioritize that, there's no one bailing you out.
Yeah.
So I think retirement is first. So let's talk about their retirement. They do invest right now. Here's how they do it. One of the suggestions is to save 15% of your income into retirement. Okay? So far, he has $660 a month taken out of his paycheck before it comes home for his 401k at work. This is also matched by his company.
Okay.
I'm going to ignore the match. That's gravy.
401k, he's doing how much?
$660
Okay.
a month.
Gotcha.
Okay? Which is fabulous. Excellent work. Especially getting the employee match. Okay, currently not utilizing IRAs, Roth or traditional, neither. Okay? However, they are putting in $900 a month into an HSA, which is an excellent tax sheltered account. So I'm loving that.
Okay. So how much is this? What percentage is this? Do we know?
Low.
Because what can they go up to 20% per year?
They can, it's a dollar amount.
It's a dollar amount.
Yes, so for
20,000.
They just raised it for 2023.
Yeah.
I will verify that right now. Okay, the 2023 401k contribution limit is $22,500. He needs to be doing that. That is before the employer match.
Right.
Employer match is gravy. This is what you can put in.
You can put in $22,000 a year.
$22,500.
So what's that a month?
That is $1,875 a month. Which, and at his income,
So he could double or triple this. He could easily.
I would double that.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I would fully fund that. It makes no sense to not fully fund that. You get tax savings on either end.
Yeah.
However you're doing it. I mean, for me, I would just load that sucker up. But maybe that's too big. What's great about a 401k is you can adjust it every month. You can take it up one month, you can take it back down. At least that's how yours is.
Yep.
It's very easy to do online. So right now, let's just double, not quite double, let's take it to $1,200 is what he's putting in plus his match, okay?
so that might bring down his monthly take home to, you think it's going to come down by about $500 a month?
Yeah, about 500. So it'd be 7,500 take home now,
Yeah.
okay? Which we're not taking away from his money. We are actually lowering his tax burden, honestly.
Yeah.
So his taxes are going to look better, and we're providing for one of their major goals, which is retirement. So we've done great things here. Now, if you want to talk about all of the ways that you could do this, if you wanted to go heavy into retirement, here's how you could do it. You could fully fund the 401k at the full $1,800 a month.
Yeah.
You could totally do that. You also get the employer match, which is delicious on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
They're already doing an HSA, great, keep it. But you can also do an IRA for him and her,
Right.
which is another $13,000 of tax sheltered money in a retirement account a year.
Per year.
I would like the goal to be to get there.
So what would that be a month?
A lot.
About $1,000 a month?
Oh, for the IRA
For the Roth?
is $1,000 a month.
Because right now we already brought down the buffer to $1,200.
Yep, we did. But it's another option if you wanted to go balls to the walls and just go crazy on retirement. You don't like that phrase? You want to go hog wild.
Thank you.
On the retirement.
Yeah.
That's what you could do.
You could.
You could. Okay.
The only issue I see with that is we also have a goal to get rid of this loan.
Correct.
So we're cutting into the amount we can put down on this every month.
Right. So that is something to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
And something to consider before we push the retirement so high. I'm just trying to give options as to what you could do.
Yeah.
What I would do if it were me.
I think doubling the 401k first is a no-brainer.
Yes.
Do we know how old this couple is? I'm assuming they're in their 40s.
They're in their late 30s, 38, both of them.
Okay.
So they've got time.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got time is on your side here. But I also wouldn't put it off. So if you want to know what we do 401k. We fully load Dave's 401k. He gets a very small match. Not as good as this one. We also fund an IRA for him and I.
Yeah.
I think that would be me. Me and him. I gotta get the right grammar. We also fully fund that. We don't have access to an HSA.
Right.
So we can't do that one, which is unfortunate because that's another great one to do. And then we also do just brokerage accounts, which are not tax sheltered.
Right.
So they're technically not retirement accounts, but they're investing. Okay, so we kind of hit retirement.
I think the retirement's got to be up here first. But they didn't put it in their goals, but like this has got to be...
So yeah, let's talk about this.
Don't you think the loan's got to be one of the first things they got to be working on?
This is what they disagree on. So this is an outsider's perspective on a family disagreement. If I have it right, he is thinking it is non-mortgage debt, therefore goes in baby step 2 via Dave Ramsey's financial baby steps, total money makeover, okay? She's saying it was for the house, therefore it's mortgage debt. So it's baby step 6. If you're gonna go straight up Dave Ramsey, it's baby step 2.
Yeah.
Because it's less than half of the mortgage. You can pay it off within a year, 18 months, and continue on your way. Based on what he's saying, like Dave Ramsey's tips, that's a baby step 2, which means go nuts.
Yeah.
Pay that off.
Pay it off.
Pay it off.
Because it's just costing you money. This 7% is costing you money every month.
Yeah, even if they put $1,000 a month on here, this is still 26 months. That still takes 2 years, and I hate that.
I do too.
So I might take the full, $2,000 extra a month and knock it out in 1 year and then be done with it.
I think I'm with you.
Yeah.
I want to get that gone as quick as I can.
Yeah, so just as a reminder, that's the $26,000 HELOC loan at $400 a month. Okay, so let's say this is paid off and now we get to add $400 back to the budget. And I love that. Mm-hmm. So let's add $400 back to our buffer right here. So our buffer
puts us back at 16.
Puts us back at $1,600 a month, and we are already putting more into the 401k, so yay.
Okay, so what we've done is we prioritized retirement first.
Yes.
We could triple it, we only doubled it. Mm-hmm. And then we prioritized the loan.
Yes.
The HELOC loan.
Correct. So now that's paid off. Now we're just down to a mortgage as the debt. We're already working on retirement. Let's move to college.
Okay.
5 kids.
That's a lot of college.
That's a lot of college. I want to re-emphasize what we've discussed in the past as far as options for college.
Yeah.
And how to make it more not expensive, more affordable and less scary.
Yeah.
So obviously the number one decision on cost is college choice. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's private colleges and community colleges that are all way less.
Community colleges, online colleges, trade schools.
Yeah.
Trade schools is what, a year?
Mm-hmm.
It's a couple $1,000s for a year and you can get out there and start working right away. I know plumbers and electricians that make more than doctors. Like, I'm not kidding. Think outside your stereotypes that you've been raised with.
As a teacher, I have to say, just think about each one of your kids. They don't all have to be cookie cutter college kids. They may have a very specific skill set or interest set that lends itself to something other than the traditional college degree.
Right, exactly. For the record, we're pro-education. If you can do it, I think college is an amazing choice. I'm also here to tell you that college in the traditional sense is not for everyone, and that you can absolutely have a stellar career with no college at all.
And I know people with no college at all that have actually improved their education on their own better than some people that go to college.
Yes, very true.
They're readers, they're just students of life and business, and they do great on their own.
Exactly. They're just lifelong learners.
I want to point out
Yeah, go ahead.
that if you get the loan paid off and you increase your buffer here, you actually, as your kids get closer to college, put yourself in a better place that if they needed a couple $100s a month for college or other things, you're in a better place. Because I assume with kids 11 and up, they've got kids going into college
Like in a year.
any year. Like in a year to 3, they could have 2 to 3 kids in college.
Yes. Yikes. Let's also talk about the fact that kids can work. Kids can work and save their own money for college. I'm going to give you an example. There's a family down the street. This family has 7 children, okay? Every single one of their kids starts working at Burger King when they're 15.
Yep.
And because they've worked at Burger King for so long during high school, not only do they make the money, they earn scholarships
Yep.
via Burger King. There's another family down the street. McDonald's does the same thing.
Yep.
You work at McDonald's for so many hours during high school, they give you thousands of dollars in scholarships to go to college. You just have to ask.
As a college professor, I can tell you how many kids go to school on mom and dad's dime and then basically go to the first day of class and don't go again because they have no skin in the game. I love this idea because it gives the kids skin in the game. It makes them responsible and accountable, and they put their own money, like they just do better in school.
You are so right. We live in a college town. Dave works at a university. I'm at the university. I've seen it as well. The kids that go and they just like mess around and don't do anything.
Well, there's some kids that take grants and scholarships, and they'll only go to the first couple weeks of school.
And then quit.
And then they quit, and they just take that money. And they are left with the debt, but they think they've got a lot of money at the time.
Yeah, they sure do.
I mean, it's a really sad state of affairs. I've seen it happen time and time again.
Anyway, so the kids can work before, they can work during, we did.
Yep.
And then you can get scholarships for literally anything. You read a book and write an essay, you go to a department chair, you go to an extracurricular person, a professor. What scholarships do you know of? They will help you.
I talked to a college kid the other day, came into my office. He got a few little skills from his dad to like house maintenance skills. He got hired by a property management company to do their handyman stuff. $25 an hour.
Dude, you're not making that on campus anywhere.
$25 an hour. Like, I was so proud of him.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And that's how he's putting himself through college.
It's a controversial topic because I know some parents feel like that's their responsibility to provide college for their children. And if you want to do that and you can do that, I have no issues. I'm not going to tell you that's a bad idea. That's not how we're handling it.
It's not how our parents handled it.
It's not how our parents handled it. If you don't want to pay a dime for your kids' college because you can't, or you feel like it's important for them to do it themselves or be creative, that's good too. Every kid is different. Every family is different. So whatever you choose to do, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be okay and it will work out. So for this family in particular, I would say you don't have to provide the entirety of it because that's a lot of responsibility, and they already do save $700 a month for their kids' college.
I was gonna say they're saving $700 a month already. That's I would imagine that college fund. I don't know how long they've been doing that, but they could have $10,000 in there already. I mean, that wouldn't take long. At $700 a month.
It wouldn't.
Now, what's really interesting to me about this budget compared to others that we've done is you didn't touch the food budget yet.
Wow. No, I have not touched the food budget yet. Let's go there next, shall we? Next, Dave would like to talk about the individual expenses, so let's do that. Electric $292, fine. Water $95, internet $95, fine. Cell phones $200 for 6 lines. That's about $33 a line. I don't hate it.
I don't hate that one either.
I hate it, but I don't hate it.
If there's something I hate about it, it's like, how many of your kids have cell phones?
We do ours differently.
I will go there.
Not everybody does it the way we did. Almost no one does it the way we do it. So whatever.
Yeah.
It's okay. Subscriptions is 121. That's a lot of subscriptions. I think she gave me a list. Hulu, Amazon, Apple, Spotify. What are you gonna say?
Well, what I'm gonna say is extra $100 a month.
Okay, yeah, extra $100 a month thrown onto the loan.
Listen,
if you cut the subscriptions.
If we can find $200 to $300 a month at least here,
Okay.
maybe $500 a month, that starts paying this down faster.
You're right. You make a good point here. Subscriptions, listen, I like subscriptions too. I have them myself. But do you need Spotify and Apple and Amazon? That's the question on the table.
Yeah, I'm a no.
Okay.
Unless it's for your business. But then it
Okay.
would be a different kind of expense.
Right, you're right about that. Okay, I have $200 a month for kids. This is allowance, field trips, school lunches, things like that. With 5 children, and they're actually doing allowance, that doesn't feel crazy
Nope, that's not crazy.
to me at all.
And you're teaching your kids how to handle money. There's priorities there.
I like that, yeah. The next one down is kids activities at $300. With 5 kids, that feels pretty reasonable to me.
Yeah.
And they're all older. Like if they were 5, maybe I would be arguing some of that. But at the ages there are, I think those are good ages to do activities.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with that either.
Agreed. Are they paying a lawn service?
I think they're paying a lawn service.
This is probably just like chemicals. This isn't even getting your lawn cut.
No, lawn is $45. That's most likely like weed and feed,
Yeah.
aerating once a year, something like that, right?
It's pretty basic.
Very basic. Gas is $400.
That seems...
That seems very high. Hold up.
When you've got this many people in the house though...
I feel like gas at $400 is probably that's probably what they actually spend because it's so high, because he works from home, so he has no commute for his job.
Okay.
Okay? She says that she only drives on the weekend and it's within a 5-mile radius of their house.
Okay.
So, what the heck? Why is this so high? Because at $400 a month, that sounds like a once-a-week fill-up on a commuter and then a twice-a-month fill-up on a minivan
Yeah.
for running errands.
Yeah.
And if he's not commuting and she's not driving every day, I feel like
That's pretty high.
that's high.
I don't think we have the full story on where they're spending gas. This could be kids driving to and from school,
Maybe.
to jobs. Maybe the kids have jobs.
She didn't say anything about the kids having jobs. I will tell you that we told our teenagers that because gas is so expensive, they ride the bus.
Yeah.
Because the bus is free, it comes right to our house. And I was like, sorry, not sorry. It's too expensive to drive every day just so you don't have to ride the bus.
I would strongly consider your gas budget here. Even if you could cut $100 out of that, I'm still looking at how can I throw $100 more at my loan.
Yeah, based on the information I got, this gas feels high to me.
Okay?
I'll skip food.
Really?
I'm coming back to
We're
it.
coming back to it.
Sinking funds is travel and Christmas at
Okay.
$400 a month.
That does not seem extravagant.
It does if you are not used to that.
When you've got this many people in your family,
I think it's important to reiterate that there are 8 people in their household. If that was just Christmas, well, that's an extravagant Christmas. We save quite a bit for travel every month
yeah.
because it costs so much to travel with that many people. Listen, this could be driving to a national park for a week.
So this is like not even, this is what, almost $5,000 a year?
That's $5,000 a year. That's not even a Disney trip, guys.
No.
Like, that's minimal for a family of this size.
You're not taking your whole family on a cruise
No.
with that kind of money.
No, you are not.
This is probably, I think, probably about right.
Yes, I think so too. Car insurance looks fine. Life insurance looks fine. And then we already talked about college savings. Let's jump back up to food.
Yes, let's. I thought you'd never ask.
They're going to rename me the Frugal Food Mom because I always hammer down on the food.
$1,200, sweetie, a month.
Okay, but hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay, I want to tell you a few things.
Okay.
I only jump on the grocery budget if people are complaining that they can't afford things and spending money on luxuries.
Okay.
Okay? Listen, I have no problem with food luxuries in your budget if it makes sense.
Okay.
He makes a fabulous income. He worked hard to get there. All their bills are covered. They don't even have car payments. She got a new car last year, and they don't even have car payments.
That is pretty remarkable.
Okay, that's remarkable. They have 8 people in their family, and they're pretty much all adults.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking 4 teenagers.
Eating a lot of food.
3 adults and an 11-year-old. Listen, my 11-year-old can eat
Just as much as me.
Yeah, just as much as you. He's a big kid. He's gonna be a big kid. I have a 16-year-old son. Every day I look at him, he looks 2 inches taller. Every single day. I looked at his jeans today and I was like, oh no.
He put on some old jeans. Well, when I say old, they're probably 6 months old.
They're probably 6 months old. And I was like, those are too small. Oh my gosh. All his shirts are like riding up on his belly. He is visibly growing every day.
Yeah.
Okay? The kid eats a ton.
So your point is, food is really only one of the things that we cut when we have to. It's all about priorities.
It is about priorities. What I'll say is, yes, I could probably cut this food budget to, it's $1,200 for 8 people. You could probably take it down to $1,000 for 8 people. Will you have less vegetables? Will you have less soda, less ice cream, less chips? Yes. Are you eating organically for $1,200? Maybe we cut out some of the organic stuff and save some bucks if that's a priority.
Sure.
If organic is a priority, then you don't. And they can afford to make that choice.
Listen, I'm not them and I can't make this call. But since we're doing this activity, if I had to, don't you think you could get this down to $800 or $900 a month?
Oh, I could, yeah.
Okay. So then we get $300 to $400 more a month to throw.
That's very true. You can knock out this loan way quicker, but some people would rather eat the way they eat.
I know.
I am unique in the way that I tackle a food budget. I understand that most people don't do that. I get it. But if I followed people around a grocery store, I guarantee they would save money on their grocery bill because I know they're putting in ice cream and $15 a pound steak?
And all sorts of other prepackaged foods.
All sorts of other things.
That are neither good for you nor your budget.
Right. If you're eating super clean, and this is what it costs to feed 8 people super clean, and it fits, listen, this fits in their budget.
It does.
I have nothing to say.
You've taught me so much. And
seriously?
I worry about, I hate the feeling of the loan.
Oh, I know you do.
It's just this weight. Even though it's only $400 a month, could you imagine what you could do when you get $400 a month back in your pocket?
Okay, so let's play this game for a second, okay? Since you make some good points. Let's say we don't touch retirement, we leave it where it is. Their buffer is $1,700 a month, okay? That's their buffer. Let's say we cut their gas budget by $100 a month. Now our buffer is $1,800. We cut the food budget to $800 a month. For 8 people, I just want to say that that's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Okay? Could I do it? Probably. But I have a weird skill. Okay? I may not be good at much, but that I can do. Let's say we cut food to $800. Our buffer is now $2,200. And now I take that whole $2,200. You know what? Let's go even crazier. I cut college savings for
I had
kids.
the same thought.
Okay, now I have $2,900 a month to throw at this loan. How long does it take for that loan to go away?
9 months.
That is 9 months.
9
Could
months.
you do that for 9 months and knock out this loan in 9 months? I'm feeling like, yeah, you could.
You knock it out in 9 months. You're pretty much debt free except for the mortgage.
Yep.
And you have all that money back in your pocket to start then going back to college.
And you start putting it back.
And you look at all the other priorities and reassess.
Like if it were me, that's what I would do. I would knock that puppy out in 9 months and be done with it. And then I would bump up the college, and then I'd still reevaluate the gas budget because I feel like that's high. I'd add some more food back in there. Then I'd really push the retirement. I think that's super doable. I want to talk about some of their specific questions.
Okay, let's
Okay, what should an emergency fund actually be? They have $10,000 saved in their standard bank. It's in a savings account instead of their checking account, but they could transfer that puppy over in 5 seconds.
Okay.
Is that enough? Do you think that's enough? Should they keep it there or somewhere else?
Okay, well, let's look at this. Their monthly expenses are, if you don't include college, right, it's about $5,000 a month.
Oh yeah, if you take college out, yeah, 5,000.
So they've got to be able to survive on $5,000 a month.
So with 10 grand, that is 2 months,
2 months
only. I'm a big fan of the 6-month expense rule, which would make that 30.
Now, obviously, in a real emergency situation, quite a few of these things could be cut back.
Yes.
If you lost a job or something like
Absolutely.
that. But I'm just pointing out, would you say 30,000?
30.
I think $25,000 to $30,000 is realistic.
I keep 25.
Yeah.
I actually keep it in a savings and a different bank. So it takes 2 days to transfer over. It's not instant, but I don't do that for a high yield savings rate reason. I think that's irrelevant. This is about security if something happens.
If they were starting from scratch, I would say 1,000. Then I would say your next goal is 10.
I'd say 1 month of expenses next.
Oh, 1 month of expenses. Good. Then maybe 2 months.
And then 3 months, and then 6 months.
There you go. Those are your goals.
That's so I think 10,000 is awesome.
Yeah.
But I'd like to push that up to 4, 5, 6 months for me. I don't think it matters where you keep it. I wouldn't worry about the high yield stuff. This is insurance, right? If anything happens at all, the last thing you want to worry about is money.
Yeah.
One of the questions is specifically about retirement savings in whose name.
Okay.
Okay, because the majority of it is sitting in his 401k in his name. They are married. All of their accounts are joint.
Okay.
Like they're joint everything. All their money is together. But now as she's moving into a complete stay-at-home mom, this is kind of an adjustment.
Can I be perfectly honest?
Yeah, say it.
I don't even know how ours is set up.
The point is, because we're married, it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
I am the 100% beneficiary on your 401k.
Okay.
Okay? I have an IRA and you have an IRA. You are the beneficiary on mine and I am the beneficiary on yours.
Oh, okay.
It literally doesn't matter.
I appreciate you being nice like that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And because we're married, like if you died, I get it all.
Okay.
If I die, you get it all. If we get divorced, it gets split down the middle.
Okay.
Okay, just legally. And that would be the same in their case also. If that makes you uncomfortable, you can of course add in an IRA for you. So you have something in your name as well. But when you do a one income stay-at-home parent situation, there is a high level of trust there on both sides.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that you're not gonna have a midlife crisis and pierce your ear and
Buy a motorcycle?
buy a motorcycle and take off.
Right.
Or that I'm not going to mismanage what you work hard for so I can have the luxury, let's call it what it is, the luxury of staying home and managing the house, because it is that.
Yes.
It is a privilege to be able to do that. So there's a high level of respect from both sides there that I think is important to agree on. This is a huge teamwork thing. You both have very different jobs. Her job is going to be to take care of the special needs kids, to manage the household, to manage the money appropriately, right? As it is his job to bring in the bulk of the money.
Absolutely. It takes teamwork for sure to make that dream work.
Absolutely. And if they're already doing joint checking accounts, I don't see where that's an issue. They've been married for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like,
You're all in.
You're all in. There's no plan B. This is the plan, right? So I don't see an issue with that. It has never bothered me that you had a 401k in your name.
No.
Because I can get it if I want to. That's a joke. But is it though?
I really had no idea.
Oh, you didn't?
I think I knew that you were the beneficiary on mine. I didn't know if any of it was going to me. I just assumed if I retire, it goes to me.
Well, yes. Like a check will be made out to your name.
Right. But if I die, it's all yours.
Yes.
I knew that.
Yes. Ditto, the life insurance.
Yes, I did know that too.
Right. Their oldest is 16. They have 5 kids in between 16 and 11.
Remember the 5 kids under 5?
Whoa. Okay.
So their oldest is in college in 2 years.
Yeah, their oldest is in college in 2 years. They've got time.
Well, that's my whole point, is if you get this all done, if you get this whole this whole loan paid off in 2 years, you're debt-free except for the house before your kids go off to college.
I am a big fan of kids working.
Yeah.
My kids act differently when they bring home their own money and they use their own money to like pay for a dance, to go to a movie, to pay for, what did our kids just pay for? Our boys wanted to go to open gym last night, and I was like, it's $6. And I was like, do you need some money? And they were like, no, I've got my own money. Like, they have this sense of pride that is really, really hard to recreate in a different way.
Yeah, I love it. As we're kind of finishing up,
Yeah.
I want to point out this 401k. They're young. If they're under 40,
Yep.
if they were to start throwing, if they had everything else in line, and this was $1,800 a month, and it was being matched, I don't know how much their match is, right? I assume that there's a max out at a certain percentage.
There is.
They get 20 years of putting that kind of money in their retirement. They're going to have a nice retirement. Getting that retirement set up as early as you can, 30, 35, whatever it is, 25. I just love having that kind of money for retirement.
Yep. I just don't feel like you can ever save too much.
Right.
Who at retirement's like, oh, there's just too much money there. Like, nobody says that, ever.
That's been the nice thing for us. I really have liked thinking about what am I really going to do and start creating my life, kind of just envision for now what it's going to be like when I retire and how much money is that going to take.
So one of our questions is, what if there is some kind of marriage catastrophe, then what?
Okay.
Okay. So let's do the obvious. He passes at quite a young age.
Okay.
Okay. Because there's life insurance and she's a beneficiary on everything, there should be enough life insurance that you can pay all your loans and live for 10 years without worrying about anything.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the goal. So if you don't have that amount of life insurance, go look at that right now. So we have some family members that set it up. So if he dies, she gets a huge lump sum that would be invested, and then her monthly income will be what it is now for the rest of her life. So hers is very high.
Right.
Let's do another one, which I have also seen health-wise something happens to him and he can no longer work.
Okay.
Okay, because that happens. He's a high income earner. I hope he has disability
Seriously.
insurance at his job. When my mom had cancer and had to quit, she had disability, long-term disability, and she was paid 75% of her income for like 2 years.
Okay.
Okay, so that can be really, really beneficial. I mean, what if there's cancer? What if there's a car wreck? We don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know. I also think it's important for her to have some skills.
For sure.
Some marketable skills in something. Let's say you get in a car accident and you are now bedbound and I have to support the family. Well, I don't get life insurance for that, right? So I have to be the income, which sucks. And I don't like talking about it or thinking about it, but this is the reality of
I
something.
don't even like talking about it like this.
But you have to be realistic.
Yeah.
Like, do I have skills to where I could go get a job? Have I networked to enough people that I could be like, hey, I need a job. So-and-so, do you know someone? Even the networking. Like, do you know people outside of your family in your community that you could reach out to do something? This matters.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird to talk about.
What is she doing now? Did she say she had a job now?
She was working part-time. She didn't say what it was.
Okay.
But she really wanted to take care of the kids as they're teenagers. And I get that. Teenagers require a lot more than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I never go to bed on time.
So do we need to talk about the other option, which is
The marriage crumbles for whatever reason.
divorce?
Yeah, divorce for whatever reason. There could be lots of reasons.
So in a divorce, things just get split.
Everything gets split down the middle.
For the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously there's some nuances there, but...
Right. Most likely she would have custody of the kids.
Right.
And he may have to pay alimony.
What about the life insurance?
No one died.
No one dies, so she doesn't have that backup.
Nope. This is where you need some marketable skills.
Yeah.
And a community that you can talk to. Because there's so many kids, she might get enough child support to pay for everything. Like, no one likes talking about that.
The debt gets split halfway down the middle as well. Roughly?
It does, but if both of their names are on it and one of them chooses not to pay, it's on the other person. It drags both of their credit score through the mud. I know that from people I know's experiences.
Yeah. Okay, well listen, this has been a lot for one conversation. I don't know about them, but like even my head's spinning.
Your head's spinning right now?
There's just so many numbers.
Let's go back to one thing that she said. They met with their financial advisor and they were like, you're doing better than 90% of people I meet with.
They're doing great.
Can I just reiterate, that is true.
Yes.
This is fabulous. Everything is under control. I don't see anything crazy here. Nothing crazy. And they're only 38.
Yeah,
they're
young.
younger than me.
They're young.
They're doing so well. Like, I'm really proud of this families for working so hard and getting to this point, and that they are a team on her taking care of the family. That is unusual these days.
Mm-hmm.
And we did it.
Total kudos to them. I think they're in a great spot. I think with a few small adjustments, in a year or two, they're in a much better spot.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being, have this debt and everything gone by the time you're 40?
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
Being able to start putting in $1,800 a month in retirement at 4, I mean, there's some really cool numbers when you start to look at how that accrues over the years.
Here's what's interesting. When you're doing the right things with money, it doesn't look very sexy. I'm putting blah 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 % in my 401k. That's not a flex, man.
I know.
You can't wear that bag on your shoulder and show everybody how well you're doing. You can't. Like, it doesn't look fun to people outside of what you're doing.
No.
But the amount of peace that it gives you is completely unmatched.
Absolutely. Man, the peace has, since we paid off all of our debt, I don't even know if I can quantify how awesome that's been.
Paying off the house,
yeah,
it has like changed my life.
I mean, it was an internal flex.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Like,
we didn't even tell that many people.
We didn't hardly tell anybody. We I told the YouTube channel, we didn't tell anybody.
Do your parents know?
I don't know if I even told my parents.
My mom knows.
We paid off the house. Right? But
yeah,
like,
we paid off our house.
It really just relieved everything. Like, anything crazy could happen.
Well, now.
And I feel like the house and our lifestyle and for most things are taken care of.
Exactly. Now, our emergency fund is much less. It doesn't have to be that big anymore.
Right.
Because we don't have a house payment. Our monthly expenses are actually very low. If there was a catastrophe, we don't actually have that much to pay for.
So you're saying we could take the emergency fund and buy a hot tub?
That's not what the emergency fund is for.
All right, well, thanks for joining us today.
I really enjoyed this one.
This one was good.
This one was super fun. So thank you for submitting this one. I hope we helped you guys out a little bit today.
Hope you guys found that one entertaining, if nothing else.
If definitely nothing else, yes, that you were entertained for a little bit. So thanks for hanging out. If you want to subscribe, you can do that anywhere you listen to podcasts or on the video version, Frugal Fit Mom podcast YouTube channel. And if you want to submit your budget, you can do that on Instagram, frugalfitmom6, or via my website, frugalfitmom.com.
We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye-bye.